Y'all gotta see this. This is a hell of a one right here.
The defense is seeking answers in that city jail corruption trial. In a phone call from jail, Tavon White tells one of the mothers of his children, quote, "I'm the big fish they want to catch." White has admitted fathering 4 children with 4 correctional officers while in custody. 11 News I-Team reporter Barry Sims is at the
you heard that right.
Federal courthouse
5
downtown
keys with 4
with more on the
correctional officers.
prosecution's key witness. Barry?
Crazy.
Well, Stan, we'll get to that in just a moment. First, we want to let you know that one juror was let go today because her child had a medical issue. Also today, Tavon White continued answering questions from the defense about deception and his cooperation with the government. Attorneys for the 8 alleged co-conspirators focused on Tavon White's credibility. They played a phone conversation recorded November 8th of this year at the Howard County Detention Center. In the call, White tells his grandmother that he was made to take a lie detector test because of questions about whether he was lying in some of the statements he gave federal investigators. And if he didn't cooperate and take a plea deal, he could end up with up to 45 years in jail for convictions on federal and state charges. White had already testified that he was the commander at the Baltimore City Detention Center and was in charge of a smuggling operation run by the Black Guerrilla family that brought in cell phones, tobacco, marijuana, and prescription drugs. White said he accepted the plea deal with the feds because my lawyer came to me and asked if I was willing to speak to them, and I said yes. When asked how long it took to decide, White said, "It took me maybe a minute." Focusing on having correctional officers smuggle contraband, White called them a means to an end, saying they did their job, but they were not used to maintain his control as commander.
They did
and
their
the correctional
job.
officials were teaching new corrections officers about him at the academy. On his membership in the BGF, White answered
he a legend
when
now.
asked if he violated the organization's oath by testifying.
They gotta teach
he also
you
said
about
he
him
never
at the
really
academy.
cared about the philosophy
He a legend.
code or oath
That
of the
man
BGF,
managed
saying, "At my
to
heart,
impregnate
no."
4
White's
correctional
attorney
officers.
Gary Pronto would not comment
Twice.
on his client's testimony, but he did tell us Mr. White
And
would like
had
to
them
plead
fighting over
and
each
walk
other
off
in the
into
jail.
sunset. Now, White's federal plea deal in this racketeering and conspiracy case could get him a 12-year sentence in federal prison. Now, that could run concurrently with a 20-year state deal for an attempted murder charge. Reporting live from downtown Baltimore, Barry Sims, WBAL-TV, 11 News.
Start off tonight with one of our biggest trials in recent memory.
That's right. We got 2 inmates, 5 correctional officers, and another state employee charged in connection with the scandal in which the Black Guerrilla family street gang took over the Baltimore City Detention Center.
ABC 2 News' Christian Schaefer has that story from the newsroom tonight.
Yeah, well, Jamie and Kelly, opening statements came today in federal court in Baltimore. Tavon White, the Bushman, or leader of the Black Guerrilla family inside the Baltimore City Detention Center, will be the government's key witness in this case against those 8 defendants. Prosecutors say members of the Black Guerrilla family street gang used sex and money to co-opt correctional officers, convincing them to smuggle drugs and cell phones into the Baltimore City Detention Center. In all, investigators charged 17 inmates and 27 correctional officers in connection with the scandal. Most have taken plea deals. The trial that started today is for the 8 who did not. 2 inmates, 5 correctional officers, and a jail kitchen worker.
There were things that went on where you'd scratch your head a little bit and say, this doesn't seem to add up. You just saw a lot of lax treatment of some of the prisoners.
Attorney Tom Moronic is not involved in the trial, but he's represented dozens of clients who spent time inside BCDC.
The rumor was that Tavon White and the Black Guerrilla family were sort of running the jail in some capacity.
He wasn't surprised when the scandal broke, but shocked by how deep the corruption ran. BGF leader Tavon White fathered 5 children with 4 separate correctional officers.
To find out it was as bad as it was, that women had his name tattooed on them, that he had children with these women, it was just really the inmates running the asylum.
Now, White will be the star witness for the prosecution. In return, he'll get 12 years on the federal charges, but he's already serving 20 on state charges. And the sentences will run concurrently, so the deal in federal court won't add any more time behind bars. Meanwhile, there have been changes inside the Baltimore City Detention Center. A system for detecting cell phones has been added. There are more frequent and stricter searches of the cells where the inmates live, and a system with more than 200 high-definition cameras has been added.
When you look around carefully, you see it. The cameras are the big thing. And the cameras are sort of like a casino. They're the eye in the sky. They're there to monitor the employees, not per se the inmates as much.
Damn.
Now, attorneys for those defendants are saying that Tavon White can be expected to lie about their clients if it's in his best interest. That trial is expected to take 2 months, and we'll have much more on the changes that have taken place inside BCDC in the past 18 months on our website, ABC2news.com. Live the news with Chris Schaefer, ABC2 News.